Evening. It's Thursday night. It's 8 o'clock. It is the Big Toon Chat preview show. And I've got Luke and Ricky, the Liverpool fans. And I am waiting for Josh. I don't know where he is. But if he joins, we're brilliant. If not, then we'll crack on anyway. First of all, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We are going to look ahead to, like I've just mentioned off air, that Newcastle getting 3 points on Saturday, which is going to be brilliant. First of all, I want to talk about this ESL malarkey now. How do you feel about your club at the minute? Fenway Sports Group, the owner of Boston Red Sox, the owner of Liverpool, and they're basically one of the front runners in organising all this, along with the Glazers and this Spanish so-called Florentino Perez malarkey. I just want to get your thoughts on it. Basically, Ricky, I'll start with you.
I think it's an absolute shambles. I'm embarrassed to be a Liverpool fan for us trying to spearhead it. But saying that, a lot of other fans from other clubs are giving us abuse, Every team, if they got offered, would have tried to get in it, regardless of what their fans thought. And what made me even more angry with it is apparently the 6 English clubs paid $8 million to get into it.
Jesus, I didn't know that.
And it don't even exist. And we paid $8 million of money just to get in something that surely our owners knew weren't going to take off, knew that the Liverpool fans would not be happy with going into it. It's just embarrassing.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, Fenway Sports Group worth about 8.6 billion, so I think 8 million is going to be just a bit of loose change for them, isn't it, Luke?
Fully agree with that, mate. That's exactly what I was thinking. As Ricky said, like 8 million for the 6 clubs, that's 48 million that could easily go on, helping out for the global pandemic. Can go help out with, the grassroots level. It could help out with the, the football league and the conference teams. It's, as Ricky said, like I'm trying to think of different words. It's an embarrassment. I'm embarrassed to be a Liverpool fan in that scenario. It's. I grew up watching Liverpool, playing in, big Premier League games, Champions League games, and we love the Champions League. Like it's one of the key areas of our success. Like watching Liverpool, like how good we are in the European competition. But to see all this happen and unfold, like without even consulting with the manager, the players, the fans, everyone else associated around the club it's just diabolical. And for me, there is no way back for FSG. I think they do need to go. Yeah,
I think that's what everybody's saying as well. Obviously, Ed Woodward, he's leaving the Man United at the end of the season. I know the CEO of Juventus has resigned apparently as well. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but I mean, what a time to do it during a pandemic. I mean, that's absolutely crazy, isn't it? I mean, Ricky, are you the sort of fan that wants to watch Liverpool versus Real Madrid 10 seasons in a row?
No. Playing with someone of Real Madrid should be a sort of prize to play them once a season or once every couple of seasons if you get in the Champions League. And I've seen today Ed Woodward he's resigned. But if what's true is he was against this Super League and that's why he's been sacked, fair play to him to sticking up to the Glazers and he's lost his job over it. That's if it is true. But even talk about the ESL League, the Champions League is just the same thing in 2024. It's just UEFA doing it and it's the Champions League. I just think the Champions League, UEFA, FIFA, the Premier League, didn't want someone to come up with an idea that's not associated with them, that's got a lot of money behind it. Because the Champions League is, 36 teams in a whole one big league. You're guaranteed to play 10 games to get a bit more money for the lesser teams in the competition. It's just the same thing. It's UEFA's competition now, not ESL. So it's, again, pointless. Why change something that works?
That's very true. Yeah, I was just going to say, Luke, obviously, this new Champions League format that they're on about proposing, 36 teams, the top 8 qualify for the next round. I mean, that's going to be some size league, that. I mean, how do you decide who plays who? Is it just a random free-for-all draw, is it? Or, I mean, how do you qualify for it? I mean, it's just not very clear, really. I mean, they should just leave the Champions League alone. I think it works exactly the way that Ricky's just said. I mean, why change something that works?
I think you nailed it on the head, mate. I was just going to say, why are you going to try and fix something that's not broken? I mean, it's a competition where, us as Liverpool supporters, I mean, I know, Newcastle have been in it in the odd few seasons before, but I mean, Liverpool, we've, as I mentioned earlier, me and Ricky have grown up watching Liverpool playing Champions Leagues, and we enjoyed the fact of the competition where, you get to, that quarterfinal stage and you're excited about a big draw, like we drew Real Madrid this time round. We thought we could have beat them, but obviously we didn't. But, like a few seasons ago, we played Manchester City in the quarterfinals. We've had Chelsea over recent years. We've had, the big tie against Barcelona, which we turned around in a semi-final. It's something that, I've loved watching the Champions League. Listening to Clyde Tilsley's voice on ITV was just fantastic. It's just that adrenaline and that buzz. And for me, what they're doing at the moment is just, again, I don't see the logic, and I don't understand how they would do a draw system. Would they just do maybe like a seeded system? If you win the group, you'll play the team that finished 8th in the group, as a quarterfinal setup. I don't know. But yeah, I fully agree with you, mate. Like, I don't understand why they would try and fix something which is we all know it's probably one of the best club cup tournaments in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to echo what you said there, Luke. I think it is the best Club World Cup sort of thing in the world. It is a club competition. I mean, I really enjoy watching it. I mean, Clive Tilsley on ITV, I mean, his voice is just so unique. I think he's absolutely brilliant with when it comes to Liverpool games, because, I mean, I remember Salah against Napoli. I mean, his commentary was just unbelievable that night, and I thought, like, if I want anyone to comment on a Liverpool game, then I'm going to want Clive Tilsley. I'm not going to go for Gary Neville or Martin Tyler or anyone like that, because I just don't. You don't get the same sort of emotions from them, do you? No. But anyway, I'm just sorry. Go on, Luke.
No, I fully agree with you, mate. Like we all us Liverpool fans on social media, I mean, Gary Neville aside, of course, we know why we don't like him, but of course, Martin Tyler, like we obviously know he's a secret Man United fan somewhere, so we just don't get the same. I think we played them. We played them. Was it we played Man United and Benteke scored that audacious scissor kick, and it was just like, oh yeah, what a wonderful goal by Benteke, and then Martial runs through and he just goes absolutely mad. Like it's different level of commentary, yeah, but can't agree more with that, mate.
Didn't you say something along the lines of welcome to Manchester, Anthony Martial, or something like that?
That's the one. After having an orgasm as well.
Anyway, well, thanks for your opinions on this ESL malarkey and obviously the Champions League as well. Let's move on to the Saturday game, Liverpool versus Newcastle, Anfield, 12:30 kickoff. I've got a few of your guys watching the Mighty Reds television. Says hello. And he says, a little question for you. When was the last win at Anfield? Now, I can tell him that. In fact, I can't tell him that, actually. I can't. The last time we beat Liverpool was the 6th of December 2016, and that was at St. James's Park. I don't have any information going further back than that. And he says, a clue, it wasn't a league game, and this could be your year to end that sequence. I know it. Do you guys know the answer to that question?
Do you know what? I actually don't, to be honest. And it's like, I was reading something like, obviously, I've been seeing a lot of clips about, the Collymore goal and these famous nights at Anfield. Like, I always go back to the I think someone said lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place, and it was the Liverpool 4-3 line in the successive seasons, but. To be honest, for a neutral, like absolutely fantastic. But it must be a cup game somewhere. I mean, I can't recall Newcastle winning at Anfield in the 21st century. Surely, Rick?
I couldn't tell you the last time Newcastle beat us at Anfield.
I mean, there's a few at St James's Park, of course, but at Anfield, I'm not entirely sure.
Nah.
Well, I've got the answer. I'm going to tell you. It was the League Cup. And Steve Watson scored. you want to guess the year?
I'm gonna probably go 96, maybe.
Ricky, any guesses?
Yeah, it'd be 96, I think. And we'll go with Luke. Just yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
96. I've got Stephen from Geordie Talk watching as well. I've just been on a video with him. Yeah, I mean, the Mighty Reds television says November 96, Steve Vossen with a boss chip in the League Cup. Thomas, hello, Thomas, how are you doing? And he says the league was 94, Rob Lee scored.
You sure
This guy must
be a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for getting involved in the comments as well. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, Ricky, coming on to Saturday's game, Liverpool very inconsistent this season. What we're going to expect from Liverpool?
I've been saying for weeks, a few months, someone is due to get an absolute battering at Anfield, purely because of the results we've had this season. And I feel bad because I do generally think it could be this weekend. Because I can't see Newcastle. Newcastle don't score more than one goal a game a lot of times.
Hey, we scored 3 against West Ham.
Yeah.
2 against.
Come on, Rick. They done us a favour last weekend.
Yeah,
be a bit nicer to them.
I can see a battering this weekend. If they haven't got St. Maximin playing, it's a write-off because Joelinton up front. Wow, I mean,
Brilliant, isn't he?
I want to know what Scat thought he was worth the money you paid for him.
Oh, honestly, don't get us started on that.
I think the Newcastle Scat and the West Ham Scat both went together. One picked up Joelinton, and the other one picked up what was his name?
Sebastian Haller.
Yeah, Sebastian Haller. I was like, wow. I mean, they must have both got on the same plane.
Yeah, Joe Linton, 40 million. I mean, when Hoffenheim seen us come calling with 40 million in my hand, obviously they snatched my hand off, didn't they? They've got a good right to as well. But I mean, I feel sorry for him in a way because he's got that pressure of the number 9 shirt on his back, and it's not his fault he cost 40 million. He wasn't a 40 million pound striker in the first place, so we've only got ourselves to blame on that. He's been a bit of a hit and miss. He scored a few goals recently, but that he's just gone back to his normal ways. Obviously, the second half against West Ham, he was absolutely dreadful. So, yeah, it's 40 million down the drain, basically. I mean, it's going to cost us money just to get rid of him, probably.
And with Mike Ashley, I used to work for him. So, yeah, I know what he's like. Yeah, I used to work at Sports Direct, so I know what sort of...
Falling off ladders and everything.
Yeah, I know what sort of owner he is, but... yeah, like for him to go splash 40 million on a player, he's probably thought, yeah, they ain't getting no more money out of me after watching that.
Luke, I've got Stephen saying that Sam Maximan's fit and ready to scare the living daylights out of Liverpool. Did you manage to watch the Newcastle versus West Ham first half performance that Sam Maximan put in?
I have to be honest with you. I actually caught the second half because I was actually refereeing that Saturday morning, and
all right.
I see like Newcastle winning 2-0, and I thought, oh, that's all right. And obviously West Ham are down to 10 men, but I did hear about, how important St. Maximin has been in the last few games. I mean, was it West Brom? I think you beat as well. Oh, was it? Sorry, Burnley. I think it was. And then they said that. Yeah, I think they said St. Maximin. Yeah, and I mean, I said, to be honest, I think out of all the Newcastle players, I think St. Maximin is probably, the most dangerous player that you've got for me. I do think I would like him at Liverpool. I think he offers, pace. He's very direct. He's very strong. He can cross. He can score goals, and he offers a bit more sort of dimension to an attacking force. And I think he'd do well at a club like Liverpool. And we are in need of, some attacking options for next summer. So, if the ESL don't give us if Premier League don't give us a transfer ban with this ESL involvement, I would like to see Liverpool possibly go after St. Maximin. So hopefully he doesn't play. Hopefully he's not fully fit. And I think if he's not up to 5, obviously if he's not up for it, then I think it'll be routine for us at the weekend, hopefully.
Yeah, look, Ricky, I just want to touch on what Luke's just said there. Obviously, there's possibly going to be some sort of punishment for all this ASL malarkey. I mean, what sort of punishment would you like to be? Obviously, you're a Liverpool fan, so I'm not wishing anything bad on your club here. But what sort of punishment do you think will be given out, if any?
I don't think there's going to be any punishment. I think there's a report today saying that they're looking at changing the law in the Premier League that no team can even apply to go outside of the Premier League without approval for them. That just shows me there's nothing they can do at this time. They might put a little bit of a fine. But like you said, Liverpool's probably worth $3.5 billion. So whatever they get fined ain't going to be a lot of money to them, is it? I'd like to see that they've already come out and said they can't do a point deduction. Although we all wish Man City and Man United would get a point deduction. But I can't. I think you could do something to the owners of the clubs. I don't think it's fair to do anything on the actual clubs because it weren't the players didn't know about it. The staff didn't know about it. It's just a few greedy owners that wanted to put more money in their pocket. So I think they should be hit because I think a lot of the other 14 clubs have said that they don't want to see some of these people at any of the Premier League meetings going forward. So hopefully FSG sell and do one.
Yeah, I mean, you spoke so passionately there about the FSG. So I think it would be harsh to punish the team, the fans as well. I don't think they deserve it because obviously nobody's knew about this apart from like those at the top. Luke, what do you think is going to happen?
It's a difficult one, but I don't think much will happen. They probably will change the sort of laws within Premier League teams trying to apply to go elsewhere, as Ricky mentioned. If anything is severely going to happen, I do think they might just fine the clubs. I don't think any points deduction that will happen. I don't think that there'll be. I mean, obviously, I mentioned a transfer ban, but to be honest, I actually can't see it. I mean, I just really feel for the fans because, as you touched on, Kev, I think it's the fans have suffered enough, not being able to go to games, and we just obviously all want this all to end, like this COVID-19, and hopefully get back into the football stadiums to watch our teams play. But I don't think that the Premier League will be that harsh in fining, making the fans suffer even more by, fining the teams and giving them a transfer ban because, I think some football fans know it wasn't the fans' fault. It wasn't. I mean, Jurgen Klopp was just so shocked on Monday night with his press conference. James Milner come out and said that they on it. Jordan Henderson last night, or was it the night before, came out and said like with the tweets and all the players supported it. And I just don't. As much as I think that maybe there should be something that could happen, I just don't think anything will happen with the 6 clubs for next season.
It's interesting. I've got a question from the Mighty Reds television again for you. Who's the best non-footy Geordie? I'm going for Jimmy Neal. Ain't no doubt it's plain to see. And obviously he's referring to the song "A Woman Like You's No Good for Me." I think so. So I guess I think I'll go first. I'll say Ant Deck. That's what I think. The love for Newcastle that them two have got is unbelievable. So yeah, I'm going to say Ant Deck.
It's got to be Cheryl Cole, isn't it?
Ricky, what about you?
Yeah, it's got to be Ant Deck, innit? Just what they've done for the city.
You see, now me and Ricky have been sensible there. Luke, what were you thinking?
Nothing at all. Football minded, of course.
Stevens just came on and says Alan Saint-Maximin's not for sale at any price, so you can forget about that. Just touching on that, obviously what you said there as well. Where would he fit in the Liverpool team? I mean, you've got your front four of Salah, Jota, Firmino, and Mane. I mean, where does he fit in?
On the bench. That's as bad as he don't get in the first 11, and I don't even think he's the first sub after that.
No, I don't know. I reckon. I mean, look, I think we've talked about sort of our squad depth, the likes of Shaqiri, Origi. You know, for me,
who does he replace?
If you're gonna put say a Sir Max Man on the bench, I think Shaqiri would have to go. I think he'd replace him.
Oh yeah, all day long they replace the Shaqiri.
That's what I mean.
But you don't come off the bench first. Jota comes off the bench first.
I think one of the front three are going to go in the summer. It could be Mane. It could be. I don't want it to be Salah, but I think Mane will probably be likely to leave. So,
where would he go?
I think the only probably place I mean, we've obviously been linked with Mbappe. I don't think that will happen. But if he was to go anywhere, maybe a PSG and a swap deal with Mbappe, hopefully. But I doubt that will happen.
Wishful thinking,
wishful thinking, but it's a tough one. But I just think that one of them will go. If it's not this season, it'll be next summer. Probably.
Well, there's reports that we're going to smash our transfer. The highest fee transfer at our club for Mane's replacement this summer. So I reckon that'll be Jadon Sancho, to be fair.
Oh, can you imagine that? The Man United fans would kick up a fuss about that as well, wouldn't
they?
Yeah. The Mighty Reds television says relegators. The championship will be banter. I don't know if he's talking about Newcastle or Liverpool. Hopefully Liverpool, but you never know.
Can't be a Liverpool fan if you want us to get in the championship. Like, I mean, talking about there should be like repercussions of Steve Parish, the Crystal Palace chairman, said it. They need this top six more than we need them. So I can't see. There's going to be a few clubs out there like your Burnley's just because they've got Sean Dyche and he's a horrible man. But like just people like that, like Sean Dyche is a pain in the arse. He'd probably be the first one to like want repercussions for these top six. We want dot points. We want this, but Steve Harris said, without these top six in the Premier League, you don't get the Sky deals, you don't get the BT Sport deals, you don't get all these big television deals. So, like, you fine them by all means, but that's about as far as it should go. And maybe a slap on the wrist, do it again, then they're on about, like I said earlier, if next time they try to break away, there's going to be a rule where they boot you out the league straight away and you can't fight it. So, but yeah, I can't see anything.
Yeah. Liverpool obviously drew with Leeds on Monday night. Leeds should have won that game, in my opinion. I think they had the better chances. How do you see Liverpool lining up against Newcastle? Do you think they'll keep the same team, or do you think maybe they'll make a few changes? Because if you ask me for the Newcastle team, I think that it'll be the same team. The only changes that they'll probably make is Callum Wilson will be up top with the Joe Linton dropping to the bench, which will be a mighty relief to have a proven goal scorer on the pitch. So, yeah, I mean, I think we'll play the same team. Obviously, we don't want John Joe Shelby playing because he's lazy, but he's going to, because he's the captain, he's not going to drop the captain. So I think Sean Longstaff will come in and keep his place alongside Shelby. So Willock will be on the bench as like an impact sub. Ricky, what about Liverpool? I mean, how do they line up? Do they keep the same front three, or do you bring Jota in and get rid of Firmino or Salah? Or because Salah didn't play against Leeds, did he?
Nah. So there's rumours Diego Jota might have picked up a little knock because he ain't been shown in any of the training pictures. But them training pictures, no one knows what they are or what they mean. I think he'll take Milner out of the squad this time. I think Milner's played 2 games now, back to back, and I think 3 might be a bit too much of a push for someone of his age, especially in the intensity the Premier League is. I'm hoping Thiago comes in, because I think if Thiago comes in, I think he just bullies that Newcastle midfield around. He'll just keep hold of the ball, pick passes that he wants to pick. And I can see Phillips coming back in. Like I said when we did our preview, if Phillips was centre half against Leeds, he weren't injured, they wouldn't have scored that header. Because that Phillips just throws himself about in the penalty area, heads everything that comes his way. And I think this weekend, Mane. I think Mane gets back to Mane and puts 2 past Newcastle at the weekend if he starts.
This is you're ganging up on me a bit, yeah. I'm not happy about this, man.
Wait till we get to the score prediction.
We don't do score predictions on this channel, Ricky. Sorry. Luke, what about you? How do you feel about Liverpool's team? How they're going to line up?
I'll be a bit nicer. I think. I mean, I expect Salah to be back into the team. Obviously, resting him Monday night was probably the wrong decision from Klopp. I think now with no Champions League football for the rest of the season, it's important that we get that top 4 spot. So I expect Liverpool to field their strongest side against Newcastle. I expect if he's fit and that Phillips to be back as the same sort of back 5 we've been playing recently. Robertson, Trent, Kabak and Phillips with obviously Alisson in goal. Or the old Freddie Mercury, as everyone likes to call him, with that shaven beard. I think in midfield, obviously he'll go with a 4-3-3. So I'm guessing it will be. I expect Gini Wijnaldum to play this game. I know Rick's a massive fan of Wijnaldum, but
Ace of space football player Gini Wijnaldum is.
Hey, you got him for a good price as well, didn't you?
Good price. Oh, you robbed this.
Just like Andy Carroll, 35 million.
Wow.
I love that. That Andy Carroll one was brilliant. I remember a deadline day, wasn't it? We bought Suarez and we thought, like, right, we need a striker to buy Torres. And then all of a sudden Liverpool went, right, 15 million. And then Newcastle went, no, we don't want him. 20 million. No. Liverpool just, you know what? Sod it. 35 million, take it or leave it. And there's Kevin Nolan, like, go. Like, off you go.
Yeah,
35 million, I'm sure Mike Ashley put him on his private helicopter to get him out.
Probably did. Yeah. That's what we've got a habit of doing that, making like good money on players. And it's good business from Mike Ashley in a way, but I mean, for us to lose Andy Carroll back then, I thought that was a bad move because we just got back to the Premier League and I thought, oh, God, he's gone. Like, that's it. I mean, we're going to be knackered. But
what did he do? Score one Premier League goal when we bought him?
He scored that goal against Man City, didn't he, when he hit it from like 30 yards. But I think he did it against us. Before we signed him, he hit one from like 30 yards past Reina. And I think that sort of lit up, the top clubs buying him. But
then we went and got him back on a free, didn't we? Brilliant business. But then again, I mean, he's only scored 1 goal since he came back to the club. So, I mean,
he's had more appearances at the Grand National winning than West Ham goals, isn't he? I just go back to my team. So
go on.
I was just thinking, so we're probably Wijnaldum will probably fit in there. I probably expect him to be the captain that day if Milner doesn't start. I think Thiago will probably have to play. I think we're gonna get a lot of the ball against Newcastle. I expect. Yeah. So I expect Thiago to be in this game. It wouldn't surprise me if Klopp probably goes with Oxlade-Chamberlain or maybe a bring back for Naby Keita. I know he had a bad game against Real Madrid, but probably Naby Keita could come into the fold. Obviously, we've got Fabinho that will probably go in there as well. So we've got some options in midfield. Sometimes we just don't know what midfield Klopp will pick. But up front, I expect Salah to be back. I expect Mane to start, and it's obviously between Firmino and Jota. But if Jota's not fit, then of course I expect Firmino to be starting this game.
Interesting. I think when you mentioned Thiago, I follow Bayern Munich as well, so I've watched him live, and I think he's an absolutely brilliant player. But the only thing I would say about him is he sort of slows games down a bit. And I know the Premier League is a fast-paced game, so it'll be interesting if he does play the tempo of the game. I think it'll be a slow sort of game. Obviously, him, Fabinho, and Wijnaldum, if the three of them start, I think it'll run rings around our midfield because John Joe Shelby, you've got rid of him for a reason. That obviously we've been lumbered with him for some stupid reason or other. But yeah, he's a bit lazy. I mean, he's came out this week and says that the stats say otherwise because it's all being monitored and stuff. Sean Longstaff, I think he just needs a few more games to get under his belt before he's really motoring. I think he's done well since he's came back into the team. And then we've got Almiron as well, which to be fair, he just runs his head off. and he puffs out after about 70, 75 minutes, but he doesn't stop. He just keeps on going and going. And I'd like to see him going forward a bit more, not coming back and defending, because I think we need to start with attacking football. We need to press high. If we're going to get anything out of this game, we need to get high up the pitch. We can't afford to sit back around our 18-yard box. Ricky, I'll come to you with a little, I'll give you a little 5 minutes of glory here. I'm going to ask you for a prediction.
4-0.
Oh, what?
It's only because I think someone's drew an absolute smashing, so I do think it will be used at the weekend.
Luke, how about you?
I'm going to go 3-0. I did think three. All right, maybe 3-1 if Newcastle. I mean, Liverpool are prone to conceding at Anfield, so we'll go. All right, I'll go 3-1 Liverpool.
It's very interesting. I've went with 1-1.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hey, I've got to be optimistic. I mean, if we play like we did against the first half against West Ham, I think we're in with a real shout, because we can cause some problems up top with our attacking four that we have. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be optimistic to see a 1-1. I think Liverpool will get a 90th minute equaliser, I think.
That don't happen at Anfield, mate. We've seen a lot of 1-0s.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you now, if Newcastle score in the 43rd minute to make it 1-0, then it's game over. You might as well. We've seen it so many times.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you very much for joining us. Guys, thank you for watching as well. If you have enjoyed the video, please like the video. And if you do, consider subscribing to the channel as well. My thanks to Luke and Ricky, the Liverpool fans. Best of luck on Saturday. I'll apologise now for the defeat. And hopefully we'll see you again soon on the channel. Thanks very much. Good night.
Thanks, Kev, for let's come on.